Well, here we are. Episode 176. I am back. Yeah, after a hiatus, I'm back. New camera, new mic stand, new everything. And I am fucking ready to go. It's been too long. You can't keep a good man down. On this episode, Jack's back. Let's see if his audio works. New intro song by Pigs, 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 Pigs. And the name of the song is GNT. Go download it. This is some fucking just play loud music. This is just fucking blood pumping music. I'm excited to be back. Jackie boy!
Hey!
You
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's your. Here we go. It's your laptop mic.
No.
Well, talk closer to your microphone.
Hello?
Well, tap it. I don't know. Why are you all red? Did you get beat up?
No.
What is
hot here?
Fucking hot. What, you get a sunburn?
I'm just blushing. I'm shy.
Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you. Here, hold on a second. Let me see if I pull the mic just a little bit closer, if that helps. How's that?
It's better. I
Better?
appreciate the effort.
I'm here for you.
Well,
Hello.
what's going on?
Oh,
Let's see.
little S. So,
What's that?
how's it gonna go tonight? How's it gonna go? You're gonna be Donald J. and I'm gonna be Elon.
Yeah. We can have a small falling out. We're still friends. We can argue. We can disagree. You really got sunburned?
No, I didn't.
You did. I got this new high def camera. I can see everything, Jack.
I haven't really been out in the sun. There hasn't been a sun here for a little bit.
Just a black hole sun.
Just a black hole sun.
Hey, you like my tattoo?
I like it a lot. I think it looks great.
Right.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
No, I only go big.
I think it looks great.
Thank you.
I think it looks great. Quite a testament to you, bro.
Oh, Mark Smith, little Marky Smith. He said, "Yo, Jack." He didn't say hi to me though. What the fuck? We've been off for like 2 months, and this is what I get. The first comment is Mark Smith, the
Hello,
music
Mark
relish
Smith.
legend, and he says hi to you?
As he should.
What? No, he shouldn't. The fuck? Hold on.
Mark, I hope all is well, my friend.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
I'm still
Mark Smith.
still waiting for your kid to get me an Oasis ticket. Since my friend Scott welched on a bet.
Just call me Grape Jelly, buddy. Just call me Grape Jelly.
There you are. That's it. That's your new nickname, Conky Grape.
Well, let's get caught up a little bit. I don't want this to be a broadcast, but we've been off for a little while because, well, my brother, one of the, I called him co-producer, and it drove him crazy, but he passed away. And it really affected me because he was, he meant everything to me, and he loved this podcast. He absolutely loved this podcast. Jack, not so much, but you can't say anything.
Yeah, I can.
No.
We all know that he loved it most. When did he love it most?
When you were on.
That's right.
I know. Only because he liked when I yelled at you. Like everybody does. Well, I think they like it better when you bust my balls. But so I kind of took some time off, and I have a couple of nonprofits, veteran nonprofits that I've really been focusing on, and those are moving along very well. And so I called Jack. I sent him a text because he never answers my calls, and I said, "Hey,
that is such bullshit."
Oh no.
Are you just living in this total world of disinformation?
Nope.
I always pick up your calls. Always.
Nope.
Always.
Dude, I've been on this. I have been on this, as you know, recently. I have been on this fucking Deftones kick again.
They're amazing. Hello, Dave Phillips.
Dean Farron, rocking. Dave Phillips, king of the 45s, right? Yeah, I've been on this Deftones kick lately, man. Like,
they're amazing.
I used to listen to them all the time, and then, you kind of fall, and then you just rediscover again, and you're like, like, just so fucking, as I said to the text to you the other day, overlooked, one of those underrated bands. They've been around for fucking, like, almost 30 years, 25 years.
I don't know how underrated they are. I mean, they just swung through Boston, and they were headlined in the Garden.
Yeah, they headlined down here, and the tickets were expensive, so you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Of course I'm right.
They're just not really, they're a band that's never, they're not a mainstay. They're not, you don't hear them on the radio. Well, whatever radio there is to listen to now, right? Does anybody listen to celestial radio anymore, other than sports talk shows and stuff like that?
I don't.
No. So what you have is the death of celestial radio. Now to a bigger extreme. It took a hit when Sirius came on the scene, and then XM, and then they merged, right? And celestial radio took a beating when Howard Stern left. And was that 30 years ago, right? 20-something years ago. So you're seeing that now with cable TV, right? Cable TV, because of streaming, is definitely it's dying. Like, there is no return.
Yeah, but when is somebody going to corral everybody? I mean, aren't you tired of $9 for Hulu, $12 for HBO Max, $12 for Paramount Plus? It's ridiculous. We're getting nickeled and dimed to death.
Well, we used to say the same thing about like DirecTV and cable. It's like, why can't we always said, why can't it be a la carte? Why can't I pick the channels I want to pick? And they were like, no. So now you have that option, and people, you're not alone. People, they complain like, oh, they're raising the price. They're raising the price because we're watching. Oh, Jesus. There it is. The comment. There it is. Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket is back. I love him. I am here. Entertain me. No, you're just going to listen. You're going to listen. I'm going to try to pay as little attention to you as possible. Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket. So now that we get that a la carte, just like music, right? People are like, I don't want to pay for Paramount. I think what the problem is you're paying, like, Netflix is extremely hot and cold, right?
Yeah.
April Bernard. Hi, April. Love April.
I love April.
And April loves the tattoo. Loves the new tattoo. Yeah. Well, Jack, when you have a forearm like a leg of lamb, you really can't get something small, right? Even the tattoo guy said, he goes, I can see that, like, the L kind of curves up over my wrist, right? And I said, oh, it goes up. He goes, dude, if I do it any smaller, it's just going to be like a straight line on that arm. I said, okay, blow it up. So now we get it a la carte, just like our music, and people complain. But like I said, Netflix is extremely hot and cold.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix is definitely hit or miss. No question about it. I mean, there have been times where I've spent more time searching through Netflix
yes,
than actually watching something.
Well, isn't that cable? Wasn't that the joke 5 years ago when you would say, I got 250 channels and I only watched 3 of them? So
Yep.
it's the same thing.
Yep, I know what it was for you. CNN, MSNBC.
You fucking you started it, not me.
Wherever the View is on.
You started it, not me, buddy. I'm not biting. I'm gonna do it right now. My brother Colin will be saying, "Fucking Jack," and then he'll call me after the show. What the fuck did he have to say that for? Jack's an asshole.
I know you're tempted to get another tattoo on your other arm that says righty.
No, I'm going to say Jack's an asshole. I get
that. Plenty of room on that meat hook.
Plenty of room, right? Jack's a fucking asshole. That would be even better.
Jackie Calabrese.
Jackie Calabrese, fucking asshole. And there's still room for artwork on each side. An Italian flag.
Yeah. From 90 Circuit Road in Winthrop, Massachusetts.
And so then you take a picture of my arm and that's your ID. This is me. You need my information? I'll text it to you. Text a tattoo.
Don't you think like the whole streaming of music? I mean, you know what? You and I talked about this the other day when I was driving, when I called you because of my deep love, respect, and affection for you. Called you on my way down to work, and we actually talked about how music isn't necessarily curated, but it kind of is. What terrestrial radio did for us was they actually showed us the way, right? They fed us. But there was a sense of community in that, where a lot of people were listening to essentially the same things, especially if you go back into the 60s and 70s. And now, to your point, the music is a la carte. You go to Spotify or iTunes or whatever it is, and there is a lot of music, and you have to really go out and search for it. But the cool thing about it is it has made it accessible for people. They don't have to bow down to the major record labels to actually get music out.
Yeah.
And there's some really, really cool stuff out there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have discovered, and I send them to you and Tal, bro, Gretzky, Uncle, UT, FOB, UTG, FOB, whatever we call him. And I don't know, like, if you guys ever listen to it, or, I don't know if you have time to just pop, okay, it's the middle of the day and I send you this obscure band that I found on Spotify and you're like, yeah, they're good. It's like, I'm not listening to yours either then. You don't listen to mine, I'm not listening to yours. And that's what, and my friend Charlie Chaz, this is my home studio. Thank you. Of course, got to have the Fenway Park right behind me. Yeah, do you listen to any of that stuff? Like, do you, like, honestly, do we waste each other's time? Because what I was going to say is me, Jack, and our friend Mark Talent, we send each other music. Like, if we hear something good. And there's either no response or you get fucking doused in gasoline. And then the other one lights the match. The beautiful, hold on, I'm sorry, Jack, I'd be remiss. The beautiful Tiffany Van Hill watching.
Ooh.
Lovely, lovely, beautiful young lady. Tiffany Van Hill, friend of mine. Welcome to the show. Go Mets. Charlie just, see, he fucked it up. He compliments the room, compliments my studio, and then says, go Mets. Right. All right. Anyway, Jack, you were saying, do you listen to this? Or do you just, it's just another video?
No, I absolutely do listen to them and watch them. Don't always get to them right away.
Right.
Try to, but, and there's been a couple of times, like there was one that you sent me when we were talking about like pub rock. I can't even remember the name of the bands that.
Oh yeah. I said it was British garage band rock.
Yeah.
That was good though. That was good.
But you sent me a link to the band. I can't even remember the name of the band. I'm going to have to look it up. But it was actually a band that I had sent you a couple of months before.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I know it.
That's like, I sent you a video back We're talking probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago. The war on drugs. I sent that video, and nothing that. And like 4 months later, you're like, hey, check out this video. And I'm like, is he fucking with me? Is he fucking with me?
I have no doubt that that type of thing.
We cross over though. We cross over the same music. In the group War on Drugs, I swear they were influenced by the Water Boys. I swear they were.
Yeah, they have a 70s sound. Deb and I actually went and saw them last year. They were fantastic.
Were they? Yeah.
They were amazing. They played with the National. It was fantastic.
See.
So the band that I sent you that you sent me back was the OCs.
Yeah, the OCs. I sent. Yeah. And you would sent me that prior.
Yes, I had.
I don't recall that. Is there evidence in those 3 years of text messages? Is there evidence?
I bet you that I could scan back and.
Oh, you're not gonna. You won't because you didn't send it. Number one.
I think I did.
No. So, we were talking a couple days ago, and we were talking about again. What was the conversation about ticket prices? It went in that direction. Oh, so it started with the whole, I sent the text. Bono opening his mouth again. Blah, blah, blah. Bruce Springsteen. What is your take? So let's get it out there. What is your honest take on the whole Bruce Springsteen thing?
Well, I'm a huge Springsteen fan. I'm still a huge Springsteen fan. So for me, whether it's Sting, whether it's Bono, whether it's Don Henley, whether it's Bruce Springsteen, whether it's Eddie Vedder, any of those guys, I know that they feel compelled to share their viewpoints on politics or the ecology or the environment or homelessness or whatever. I never really subscribe to it. I don't. If I'm gonna educate myself, if I'm going to have an opinion on a particular issue, they're not going to be my source material. And the other aspect to it is that I'm in it for the music, and I'm just not going to let it spoil. So even when I've seen Pearl Jam and they've gone on or he's gone on rants or whatever, I don't leave to get a beer or anything like that. I just disregard it. I could care less what they say.
Even if there's a drum solo.
Drum solo, I'm definitely out. Jackie's not a big drum solo fan.
That is one of those moments in time in Milk Crates and Turntable history. We're talking about best drummers. It was probably like our first year doing this. And we're going on 4 years. This thing's been going to. And you were like, drum solos. Fucking drum solo.
Look, we've talked about this before. We talk about the mighty Van Halen and them going out on tour every fucking year. They played. It was always the same thing. 3 or 4 songs in, Michael Anthony would do his bass solo.
Exactly right.
Then they do a couple more songs, and then Alex Van Halen would do his drum solo. And then even I know this is somewhat sacrilege for some people, but Eddie would do his guitar solo. I mean, collectively, they could have played another 8-10 songs.
Yeah.
Like, guys.
No doubt. But remember, as I always say, back in those days, it was nothing but testosterone-driven, energy at concerts.
It was just
80% of the people that were at concerts were guys, young men, right? Would you say that's a good estimate?
Yeah, depending upon the band. The bands that we were seeing, yeah, it was definitely at least, I think at best, an 80-20 mix.
All right, let me off the top of my head, I'm going to throw out some names and you give me a ratio. All right. What are you drinking?
This is raspberry lime seltzer.
Is that alcoholic?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. No. I don't get that shit. I am glad I am not a young man in this world. where a drink is like fucking $15, and their drink. Look at we thought Zima was bad. Then they fucking topped it with White Claw, and then White Claw gets pushed aside by fucking seltzer. What the fuck?
Truly,
the disintegration of the the American male, is happening through alcohol. Let's see.
Yeah, men should be drinking beer and whiskey.
Dave Phillips, King of the 45s, says drum solos suck. Santana guitar solos suck also. And let me top that off with fuck Santana. You can have all. I give his albums away.
I'm telling you, I have never, not once, and I've been to a lot of concerts, seen a bass, drum, or guitar solo where I was like, yeah, it's like, come on.
No. I got one for you. Greatest drum solo ever in a concert. It was actually the worst concert I ever been to, but worst concert combined. When Blue Oyster Cult sings Godzilla and the drummer leans back and all of a sudden leans forward, he's got a Godzilla head on. Come on, man. That's fucking great. That was great. He leans back, and all of a sudden he's got this big fucking Godzilla head, and he's doing a drum solo with the Godzilla head on. Come on, man.
That was the type of production that we enjoyed back in those days.
It was.
You know, no lasers, no flames or anything like that. A big rubber mask.
That black and blue concert sucked fucking ass. Yeah, it was bad.
Sabbath wasn't so bad.
They were, because Ozzy wasn't with them. I saw Dio and I was like, oh, I didn't know what I was getting into with that one. I just wanted to see
Dio. Come on.
Look at. Okay, and we paid $12 for the tickets.
Yeah.
So literally, you got what you paid for. With that concert.
You know, we've talked about this before. We were musically uneducated back then because we paid our $12 to see, you know, the Black and Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, great. We were like, great hype.
We were like, most of the show, and like across town for $7, Ray Charles was playing.
Right. Yeah. But that was that was one of those. Again, you paid $12 to see it, but I really only went to see "Don't Fear the Reaper." Like it's a great live song, and they do it for like fucking. They did it for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
And it was really, I mean, that's just, so I paid $12 to see the, and I'm burning because of you. That's a great song.
Burning for you.
No, because of you. Said that to a
burning
couple.
For you because of you.
Said that to a couple girls over in the Philippines.
Get out of here.
I did in the Philippines.
But that's not right. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before you get too far away from it, you have a different opinion on Springsteen and him calling out the Donald.
I say you say what you want inside the country, but when you go to another country and you badmouth the president and you badmouth the country, and you're there as an entertainer, okay? That's where you're out of bounds. Don't go outside the family. You can talk all the shit you want in country. That's why a lot of people don't like Bono. Like, you don't even fucking, like, you weren't born here. He's an American. I don't know if he's an American citizen.
No, I don't think
so he's got that never-ending green card, or the work visa. The work visa. But no,
I don't think that. I don't think there is such a thing as in country or out of country anymore.
There is.
You know, the media is so, you know, global with the the web and everything. Regardless of where he said that, it would have been, you know, top story.
Not if he said it here in like fucking New Jersey, he might have. If he did it in Oklahoma, he'd get booed. That's why they don't do it here. Because he doesn't want to. He knew over there he could play up to all of that.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, and that he didn't really get such a great response from what I heard, from what I listened to. But
I don't. Yeah, do you really think he cares about the response?
no, because he's fucking 80 years old. He's got
Yeah, but what is it? What is
750 million in the bank. He doesn't.
But what is it?
fucking
What
care.
is it? What does he get out of it? When was the last time Springsteen was in the news?
Yeah, exactly. So, but there's other ways to get into the news.
Apparently not.
Well, there is, but he decided. Look at it's him, De Niro, and Bono. They're fucking old liberals, and I don't want to get off into this because this is a music show. Nothing worse than an old fucking liberal. And I'm sorry if you're listening and I insulted you, but I'm using those three as a jump off point.
You softened your comment. You said there's nothing worse than an old liberal.
Yeah. Well, old rock star liberal. We'll say that, or movie star or Hollywood, whatever. Like, I don't know if they're trying to be relevant. They're not doing it the right way, but, and they don't care about the money. Bono doesn't care about the money. Bruce Springsteen doesn't care about the money. He wouldn't have done that fucking 40 years ago.
No, I think
his record company would have hit the fucking roof. But look what happened to the Dixie Chicks.
What they care about is relevance.
Yeah. Well, they're hanging on to the wrong string. They can be relevant and still put out and not be political in another country, like I said. So I'm not for it. You don't go outside the family. Just don't go outside the family. Keep it in-house. Say all you want in-house. But it's not a good look when you go to another country and
So wait a minute. Using your logic, if he had made that statement in New York or Florida or Minnesota or wherever, you would have been okay with it.
Well, I wouldn't have liked it, but I wouldn't be upset about it. I'd be like, this fucking guy. Look at this. Like De Niro. Here we go again. Here we go again. But you go to another country, you go outside the family. It's like you going on another podcast and badmouthing me. That's fucking wrong.
But
I've heard you do that too.
It might happen.
All those podcasts that you're asked to be on.
I might actually badmouth you on a different podcast almost as soon as I finish my drum solo.
So no, not a big fan of that. But again, they don't need the money, so they don't care at this point. Now it's all about I'm just going to say what I want because they live in their bubble and they're all. I don't know what's Bono worth. Has he reached worth $1 billion yet?
I think if he's not, he's really close.
Right. And Springsteen sold whatever part of his catalog for I don't know what 500 million. On top of it,
almost as much as you're going to make when you sell this podcast.
I would never sell this podcast.
Priceless.
Hey, Mark Smith sent me a text the other day. Mark Maron's podcast. It was every Monday for the past 16 years, and he finally said he's hanging it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, but he's
fuck. That
has made him a household name to a certain extent. Anyway, I mean, he has been incredibly successful, and his podcast is really good. He's a very good interviewer.
Mark Maron. If you want to see Mark Maron at his fucking best, comedy-wise, on Netflix, there's a show, and it's actually a really good show. It's called Glow, Glorious Ladies of Wrestling, and it's based on a true story. And he plays like one of the guys that runs the whole organization. And I'm telling you, dude, there's great storylines in it. If you've never watched it and you're listening, watch it on Netflix. It's called Glow. I think there's 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Great characters, but Mark Maron is the fucking anchor to that show. Absolutely. And the girl that he plays off, she plays off him, he plays off her, plays it perfectly. They're perfect chemistry. But Mark Maron at his best is in that show called Glow. So speaking of Netflix earlier, what do you got? You look like you're reading something.
Deborah and I actually went and saw Mark Maron a couple of weeks ago do his stand-up in Portsmouth. He was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Just that dry.
Very, very good. No, what I was looking at, I was just curious. So depending upon which site you subscribe to, Bono is worth anywhere between $700 and $900 million.
Yeah, so you were right. If
The
he's
ma-
not,
the ma-
he's close.
the majority of his wealth coming from
Concerts.
Facebook.
What? Oh, he bought stock in Facebook.
He bought stock in Facebook very, very early.
Since you're on that, what is the net worth of Alanis Morissette? What do you think it is?
I bet you it's 65 million.
I'd say it's over 100.
Nope. At least according to two sources, it's 60 million.
Really? Okay.
How about Carly Simon?
Carly Simon's net worth is probably about 30 million.
80 million.
Wow. All those greatest hits albums that she puts out.
80 million.
80 million. And she made all that off the 7 greatest hits albums that she put out that just rearranged songs.
It says, Scott, as of 2024, Carly Simon's net worth is estimated at around 80 million. This wealth primarily stems from her successful music career, including album sales, concert tours, and royalties.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, You're So Vain probably made her fucking 60 of that 80. And good for her. Look, I love her music. I hope, don't get me wrong, I love Carly Simon's music. Carly Simon, as I've said from day one, and it always creeps out Mark Smith, greatest mouth in the history of music, right? Not today. She looks like, I think if her and Steven Tyler was sitting next to each other, you'd think they're twins. It's kind of weird, but.
Scott, what's your middle name?
Robert.
Just for shits and giggles, I typed in Scott McLean's net worth.
Oh.
And something came up. It said Scott J. McLean's net worth is estimated to be at least $3.51 million. He owns shares in companies such as Zion's Bion Corporation National.
I don't care about Scott J. I don't care about him. Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, you'll be on here sooner or later.
Well, I mean,
Scott McLean has Scott McLean has a moderate net worth, but he's got a lot of hot sauce from his podcast business.
From sponsorships. All my money comes from sponsorships.
I've not gotten one penny from
my net worth isn't anything close to yours, Jack. Let's not get into that.
Hey, I don't have a pinball machine in my man room.
Damn right you don't. And a life-size Iron Man.
And a life-size Iron Man.
And a life-size Hulk. And a life-size Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't.
No, I don't.
My net worth with just these statues is more than you. Look I want to pull this up. I want to pull something up here. There we go. Let's see if this works.
Dave Phillips, Chicago at the Heinz in the early 70s, 4th row, $4.50 per ticket. My first Aerosmith concert was the Rock Store. It was $6.50.
Really?
First time I saw Springsteen, it was $13.50, I want to say.
Get rid of that. Let's see. I'm going to add something here. I want to see this.
I don't think I paid more than $18 to see Queen.
Queen's. The more I look at Queen's catalog, I don't know what the fucking big hype was. They have fucking 8 good songs.
More
all right, here we go.
Simon.
All right. Rock legends heartbroken over musical instruments stolen in Atlantic City. The rock band Heart is offering a reward for 2 vintage musical instruments that were reportedly stolen as they prepared to launch their latest tour in Atlantic City. Fucking New Jersey. Those fucking people. Guitarist Nancy Wilson claimed in a post on Instagram that the irreplaceable instruments were stolen from their setup prior to their show on May 31st at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Now, number one, there's a problem here. If you have fucking irreplaceable instruments, if you got that kind of fucking instruments in your heart and you have all that fucking money, you don't have like security. Like that doesn't go with your bull crew, with your roadies? Like, really? Among the missing items is a custom-built, one-of-a-kind, purple sparkle baritone Telecaster with a hand-painted headstock crafted specifically for Nancy Wilson, according to her post on Instagram. Also taken was a vintage 1966 Gibson EM50 mandolin that band member Paul Moak has played for over 25 years.
Yes, but do you have an update to this story? Because they actually arrested somebody.
Did they? I don't have the update.
It
now.
says
Tell
Atlantic
me the
City
rest of the
Police,
story, Paul Harvey.
Atlantic Police say surveillance video initially led them to a 57-year-old Pleasantville man. He was later seen on video walking through various parts of the city trying to sell the instruments, and he eventually sold one while the other remains unaccounted for, police said. Declining further comment, the man has been charged with burglary and theft. Does Mark Smith live anywhere
I
near
was just going to say that. Fucking Mark Smith.
Ah, man.
That's the first person I thought of. Leo Haskell, hottest working man in show business, checked in. Yep. Yeah, Mark Smith from the Music Relish podcast. I heard their episode last week. They were talking something about a guitar. I didn't really get it. They were very cryptic. So it's either him or Perry Dedovich. I don't know. Because Lou lives in South Carolina or North Carolina.
Yeah, you have to imagine a band like Heart that's been around for a long time. Almost any instrument that they're bringing out on the road is going to be vintage and worth a fortune because of the affiliation with Heart.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow,
but
right.
a lot of the
good add on there, Scott. That was fantastic.
What? I'm agreeing with you. You want me to say no? What do you want me to say to that?
Yeah, you just had a little Ed McMahon moment. Yes. Yeah.
You are correct, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me see. Mark Smith. There he is. He's trying to not be culpable here. Why would she bring irreplaceable guitars on the road?
Because
Perry Lightfingers. Perry Dedovich, the AI Perry Lightfingers. That's right up there, and I got to tell this story. That just reminded me of something. So our friend Phil Kelly, right, El Ray, as I call him, he was at church one day, and he tells me this story because he's a good Catholic boy, and he's at church. And he says the guy in front of him has on a pair of loafers with the rubber soles, and Phil, he's standing behind the guy, and he's looking like he's trying to get the guy's attention. The guy turns around, and Phil very, very lightly says, "Nice crime shoes," and points at the guy's shoes. Crime shoes. Because you can't, a 400-pound man can be walking in a pair of those shoes and you're not going to hear him. You know, those old fucking, it was like they made them like that gum rubber, right? You got a little spring and you bounce in your step. Yeah, so that happened. That happened. And again, why would they bring that shit on the road?
Because
and not have it protected.
That's what they do. I mean, well, not having it protected, that's a whole other story.
Right.
That's a whole other story. But
it's a whole other story.
You know what I mean? With those backstage areas, there's a lot of people around. You know, there's a lot of hangers on. You know, I mean, you never know how it happened, but it's not the first time that we've heard anything like this happen. This type of thing happens a bit.
I'm trying to find the story that I guess it's not there. Not this one. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame calls it dates. There's a lot of concert cancellations. Not Peter Gabriel. What's his name?
Peter Murphy.
Yeah, Peter Murphy has to cancel his shows.
He's been having a huge battle with substance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even at his age.
Yeah.
Even as Dave Mason, same thing.
Can you imagine that being that age and still struggling with,
No.
it's just
No. It's
I don't
really,
I don't I don't have the I don't have the energy for it. I don't even drink like I used to just because I'm such a pussy the next morning. I just don't like feeling bad. Did we lose Scott? Did somebody steal Scott?
So anyway, like I was saying, when I was going over to I went to that concert. Were you listening to me?
Yeah, you disappeared from the screen for a second.
No, you disappeared.
No, you
No,
disappeared.
you
disappeared.
You disappeared when. Yeah, where'd you go?
I didn't go anywhere.
What happened? I don't. What just happened? What did you do?
I don't know.
What
I
did
didn't
you
do
do?
anything. I did
I'm
nothing.
talking and you disappeared and
I didn't do nothing.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
It must have been.
Okay,
you.
it was. All right.
Where did you go? Did you have to pee? It's okay.
Oh, look at Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket just wasted no time, and just jumped right in and said the show just got better when I went off for 10 seconds. Like, I don't think he could have typed any faster.
Scott, you and I have different philosophies in terms of like going to see concerts. Is there anybody out there that's touring? Not necessarily right now, but that's still active in terms of touring that you haven't seen that you would like to see?
Yes. And I'm skeptical about going. And it's funny you said that. And you might have heard me refer to her in the past.
Carly Simon.
No. Jessica Lee Mayfield. I love her. But she's in concert with let me see. It's like this Latin band. And I don't know the way they're wording it. And it's at a very small venue in Fort Lauderdale. Let me see, the Culture Room. It's in a very small venue. That's where I saw the church with Phil Kelly. And it doesn't say if she's on her own doing her own thing or if she's with them. It kind of hints that she's kind of with them. Jessica Lee Mayfield. So I'd like to go see her, but with Lucero. Lucero is it's at the Culture Room on September 7th. Lucero, Lucero, with Jessica Lee Mayfield. How do you perceive that? How do you take that?
Have you ever heard the band Lucero?
No.
They're actually really good.
Really? They've been around for a while.
They've been around for a while.
Yeah.
And are they opening or is she opening?
It just says Lucero, however you pronounce it.
Lucero.
Celebrating 20 years of Nobody's Darlings with Jessica Lee Mayfield. So I'm thinking like she's with them, like she's playing with them. I don't know, man. I should just call the venue.
Either that or go onto their website. You should be able to get some.
I went on hers and it's she has solo stuff, but she's not coming around here. And then it just says, so that answers the question. And why I'm supposed to be on that side? Why are you on my side? There you go. Don't do that to me again.
Does
For the listeners on the podcast, I just switched our screens because I don't like.
Does it matter?
It does.
Why do
it
you
does.
care?
It does because
Why
I'm the
do you
host.
care? Why?
Because I'm the one that controls the controls. I'm the controller of the controls. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that's right. Shake your head, put your hands up, throw your hands up in the air, dance around like you just don't care.
So funny.
That's. So, do you got your window open? Looks like you got a window open over there.
Yeah.
Yeah? All that smog? It's like, what the fuck?
Dude, I live in New Hampshire. There isn't any smog.
Oh, this smog. Here. This smog there. Yeah. This is liberal smog.
In New Hampshire?
Oh, I got some inside information on something that's gonna try to swing New Hampshire.
What is that?
I'm not gonna tell you on the air.
Why?
But real insider information.
Like?
I'm just saying. I know people who know things, who know other people,
Okay.
who are involved with things. So
All right.
that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, look, the window is open. There's a chance that you may hear the train going by.
I missed the train.
You may, or you may not. Hey, speaking of, what was the name of the woman that you
Jessica Lee Mayfield.
Jessica Lee Mayfield. I just got tickets to Lola Young.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah. Is she? Are you on her? Is she coming around here at all? That was a long way to say. Is she coming around here? If you can,
I can tell you in a second.
I stuttered and stammered because she's so hot. Not really.
Yeah.
But she owns it. I give it to the girl. I like her. I introduced you to her actually, or music.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did.
Not.
Oh, I did. I sent the video. I can prove it on my text.
No, that's not true.
I can.
It's absolutely not true.
Yeah.
She.
Oh, Mark Smith ratting me out. Scott, you disappeared. Come on, man. Don't. Anyway, I need Perry.
I think the closest she's coming to you is Atlanta.
Yeah. I don't want to go there. Fucking Atlanta.
She's playing a small venue in Boston. She's playing the Roadrunner, which is not tiny, but it's not huge either.
Right. Where is it located?
It's right in Boston.
Like, all right, asshole. Where in Boston? Boston's a good size. There's a lot of places. Like, what area of Boston?
Just going past like Fenway Park towards like Alston.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
So the place actually, believe it or not, even though it's kind of a warehousey club thing, it actually has a bigger capacity than the Orpheum. It's 3,500.
How long has that place been around?
2022.
That's it, huh? For some reason, I don't know.
The Roadrunner is a concert venue in Brighton.
Brighton, yeah. Well, you said Alston. It's the same thing, really.
Yeah, since
Alston,
opening
Brighton.
on March 15th, 2022, Roadrunner has been the largest general admission concert venue in New England.
Wow. General admission. That's interesting.
The venue is named after...
What's the name of the Jonathan Richman's, yeah.
Jonathan Richman's song.
You know what? I was going to joke around and say, does Jonathan Richman own that?
He doesn't own it.
I was going to say that.
He doesn't own it. I don't know if he's ever been there, and he could not fill it.
He could not fill it, especially, but maybe the guy that posed as him could fill it.
Now, maybe if the modern lovers were playing there, that might be.
What? Going faster miles an hour. Still a fucking great song. That's a King of Facebook song right there. That was like an opening to the King of Facebook. That's a song right there. Roadrunner. Let me see. Let's get one more article and then I'll let you go because the beautiful Dr. Vera just got home a little while ago and, well, she's prettier to look at than you are. I have surviving members of an iconic 70s rock band return with new music video. Let's see what this mess is about.
So Talking Heads?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what it is. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Over here. Media. Let's see what we got.
I bet it was the Talking Heads.
You think? No, I don't think so. They will never get back together again. Alice Cooper and surviving bandmate guitarist Michael Bruce, bassist Dennis Dunaway, and drummer Neil Smith dropped a new music video for the single Wild Ones. Oh, boy. Inspired by the iconic 1953 film The Wild Ones, starring Marlon Brando, the track captures the same defiant spirit that once shocked middle America and defined a generation. Well, that's not so far off. Alice Cooper they were a defining band in the 70s.
But in my defense, announced today, there was a big tease by the Talking Heads And this article says, however, fans were left a little gutted after all that teasing. It was finally revealed that the group were releasing a music video.
They are.
They are.
Tina Weymouth and David Byrne are going to get along, or are they doing it for the money?
And Jerry Harrison, who started out playing in what band?
Jerry Harrison started out playing in, I'm not sure.
You were just playing them.
Oh, John, the Modern Lovers.
He was in the Modern Lovers.
All right. Well, let's do this. I don't know if YouTube won't let me do it. They'll give me a strike if I play the video. So, the Alice Cooper Group was formed in the early 1960s. Yada yada yada. So I don't know. That means they're probably going to go on tour.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would you go see Alice Cooper?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what? It's like you and I were talking about the other day. It depends. It depends where. It depends how much. You know, like if they were playing down in Boston somewhere, and the tickets were reasonable, and it was a Wednesday night, I'd go.
No. I don't know. Just go see the Hollywood Vampires.
I would see them too.
I would see the Hollywood Vampires just because it's a good combination of people. And I like Johnny Depp. As crazy as he is, I like Johnny Depp. I love how, you know what I love about that? And you see this, like when, what's his name? The dude that played Forrest Gump, the actor. You know his name. The guy that played Forrest Gump.
Tom Hanks?
No.
The guy that played Forrest Gump?
Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton. No, not Forrest Gump. I'm sorry. Sling Blade.
Carl?
Yeah. Carl, yeah.
I like them French fried potatoes.
They get these bands, and like Johnny Depp goes like way overboard with the bandanas. Like they really dress like rock star stuff. And I'm like, a little overkill, but okay. Like that shit was good in like the 80s, but they love it. They have fun. You know?
They hold on to it. They're holding on to their youth. They're trying to stay relevant.
Evidently, Johnny Depp isn't a bad guitarist either.
No, he's a pretty good. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He can play.
Well, you're out on the road with Keith Richards and and a few other band members that come and go. Hey, you're gonna learn something.
Absolutely.
You better fucking learn something. So,
hey, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh?
Good luck. Good fucking luck. Good.
What's he?
What is he? What Terry Bradshaw said? Get rid of it.
What did he say?
What are you wasting your time on that guy for? He's a loser. Like he ripped him. He ripped him because what are you doing? You got this guy who's bounced around. He's a flake. He's a lunatic. He's all the conspiracy, blah, blah. Terry Bradshaw ripped him up, man. Yeah. Hey, what's he going to do there, right? Nothing. For 1 year? Yeah. It's going to be a big year for the Patriots, though. I'll tell you what. This is an exciting team. Yes. Drake May and Josh McDaniels coming back. He's got Tom Brady all over again. He gets to mold this kid. Although Tom Brady was molded by Charlie Weiss, but Josh McDaniel also won 3 Super Bowls with them too. So, and Drake May he's the real deal. So, what just happened? How'd my camera move? See that? Let me see. Does it do this? Let me see something. Ah, look at that. See?
Look at you.
I got it.
Extreme close-up. Yeah.
Yeah. I am a handsome bastard. Look at me.
Yeah, you are.
At 61, I'm still a handsome motherfucker.
You're a beautiful man.
I don't know. I can't keep this. I don't know how to make it go backwards. Go back like this. Let me see, like this.
Imagine how sexy you'd look if you were wearing a bandana.
I'm sexy and I know it. All right, look at my camera is losing control. Let's call this a night, buddy. We're coming up on an hour. Jack, I love you, buddy. I thank you for all your support during. Look at my fucking camera. Come on. What's going on? What the hell's going on here? Mark Smith, Liverpool won the Premier League this year. Who? Perry Denovich. Perry Lightfingers. Perry Lightfingers commented in. Alice Cooper probably at the Sphere in Vegas.
Yeah, do you know who Deb and I are waiting to see at the Sphere? This is my prediction. At some point, Radiohead.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you don't.
No. That would be great. Right, that would be. Yeah. Let me know. I'll be the third wheel in that party.
All right.
I'll go to Vegas. I got friends in Vegas.
You have friends everywhere.
I do. In Jefferson Orama, it says Johnny Depp is great. He is. I when I first retired in 2019, that fucking Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, that was my entertainment for like 3 months. It was fucking great. It was great. My camera's all fucking crazy now. All right. Let's wrap this up, buddy. Like I was saying, I was getting all it's not it's moving. Jackie boy, I love you again. Thank you for all your support during my tough times, and thanks for coming back on the show. Maybe we'll have you back next week if you're around.
I'm going to be in Newport next week.
All right. Well, I'm going to be doing music news next week. This fucking camera's driving me crazy.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Well, everybody, like I said, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. If you liked it, share it. If you didn't, well, thanks for watching for 58 minutes and listening for 58 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, like I say, you are the engine that runs this machine. This camera's driving me crazy. It's on its own auto thing. It's like a motion sensor kicked in. And like I always say, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, doing this show for you, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. I got to go way down here and it follows me. I love it. And I will be back next week. Jack won't, but Jack will maybe be back in a couple weeks. So, all right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Be good.